So who was the top 10 of 1988 in the WWF, NWA, WCW, and the AWA? At number 10, Dusty Rhodes. Rhodes spent the majority of the year battling the Four Horsemen. He won the Bunkhouse Stampede, last one, standing. And then he would team up with Sting and form a tag team to chase after the tag titles toward the end of the year. He drops from the number one spot last year, but hey, he's the only one that's, carried over from last year, so there you go. Dusty Rhodes, number 10. At number 9, Steve Dr. Death Williams. Williams, started off the year, he was helping out Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin in that Tower of Doom tag match, that Tower of Doom 10-man tag match against Kevin Sullivan. Came out on the winning side of that. However, by the end of the year, he'd have a change of attitude, and he would actually end up teaming up with Kevin Sullivan in the form of the Varsity Club. And him and Sullivan would actually go on to win the U.S. U.S. tag titles. Number 8, the Terrorist. So hear me out. I'm going to get some, flack for this, but yes, she is the only person from the AWA that I'm going to, put into the top 10. Sorry. Yes, she won this battle royal. It was a, lingerie battle royal where the goal was, or I think it's a Beverly Hills lingerie battle. It doesn't matter, but basically you had to strip down your opponents to her lingerie and then toss her out of the ring. And she won that. Thing is, it was against 8 different women. Some, tough female, competitors. Luna Vachon, Peggy Lee Leather, and Nina, who would go on to become Ivory, future women's champion there. So, and the fact that the Terrorist, she was the Serbian terrorist, and, this is America in the 80s. She had a bullseye on her back. Plus, she kind of started this whole war with the women in this thing. So, the fact that she was able to go through all those women, come out on top, and come out $10,000 richer, hey, in the top 10. At number 7, Dino Bravo. The Canadian strongman himself had a really good year. He was in the WrestleMania 4 World Title Tournament. He would have a feud with Don Morocco, come out on top with that. And then at Survivor Series, he co-captained with Andre the Giant and became one of the only 2 sole survivors of his team. So, really good year for Dino Bravo. At number 6, Bad News Brown. Bad News Brown at WrestleMania 4 won a 20-man battle royal. Even screwed over Bret Hart, and of course he paid for that, but still he won the match. Defeated Ken Patera at SummerSlam. And the only match he lost, the only pay-per-view match he lost this year was at Survivor Series. And the only reason he lost that was because he walked out after getting, accidentally hit by the Honky Tonk Man. So, Bad News Brown. At number 5, Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig. Undefeated streak for the year. And on top of that, he was one of the sole survivors in his pay-per-view debut at Survivor Series. Doesn't get much better than that. Number 4, the Warlord. The Powers of Pain together was a dominant tag team this year. They main evented the Bunkhouse Stampede. But when it came to WWF, they just dominated. Defeated the Bolsheviks at SummerSlam, and then was the sole surviving team at the Survivor Series. Number 3, the Barbarian. Everything I just said about Warlord carries over to him. In fact, Barbarian seems to be the tougher of the 2. He's the Shawn Michaels, in my opinion. At the Bunkhouse Stampede, he was the last one eliminated. Neither one of them won, but, he made it further. And then he actually picked up the winning pin at Survivor Series, so put him at number 3. At number 2, the Ultimate Warrior. Warrior was undefeated this year on pay-per-view as well. Picked up a 24-second victory over the Honky Tonk Man to capture the Intercontinental title. Then he would also go on to headline Survivor Series and would be the sole survivor as well. So, he did not. That was the next year he headlined. Sorry, he had the opening match, but still sole survivor. So there you go. And finally, number 1, Macho Man Randy Savage. The Macho Madness has begun. At WrestleMania 4, he battled 4 people with an injured knee. And in the main event, constant outside interference from Ted DiBiase and Virgil. However, he was from Virgil and Andre the Giant, but he was able to defeat the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase to win the world title in the main event at WrestleMania. From there, he headlined SummerSlam with his best friend Hulk Hogan together as the Mega Powers. And then they would go on to also headline and be the sole survivors at Survivor Series as well. So there you go.